What's up guys, King here, bringing you our review on the latest Naruto Shippuden episodes. So yay, we finished the Sasuke arc, we finished the Shikamaru arc, and now we're on to the Konoha arc, Naruto and Hinata's wedding. We're finally here to the storyline I think a lot of us were excited to see, and wow, double episode today, I mean technically for this week, so that's awesome, we're getting right into the thick of things, we're speeding right through it. And yeah, it's these episodes are pretty funny. I think that's why I would call them comedic episodes. At least the second one. The first one has more of an emotional depth to it, but there are still some funny moments. But overall, there seems to be a theme of comedy going on for these episodes as we go through each individual character's personalities and actions in terms of what they're meant to be doing for this particular arc. So yeah, as you all know, Naruto and Hinata's wedding is coming up, and each character has been assigned a task by Kakashi, who's now the Hokage obviously, to find a wedding present to take to the wedding, and the ones who get the best presents will be the ones attending the wedding. I don't know, some sort of bullshit kind of rule that's made up in there from the previous Hokage or something, so it's like that's what they gotta settle with. And yeah, that's pretty much the case, but that doesn't happen until until the end of episode 1 actually, because the majority of episode 1 for this arc is to do with Iruka Sensei, and you know, just kind of like how people, like his new students, kind of seem down on him, like they don't believe that he was Naruto's teacher. And you know, you've got these new kids, right, and they're trying to be pranksters like Naruto is, and Iruka, he can see that from a mile away. He can see what their actions are going to be, what they're going to do next, and he's like, well, you know, you've done shit that Naruto did 10 times better, like, so you know, I know what you're going to pull, that kind of attitude. And he kind of starts neglecting his students in a way, and that kind of puts him off in a position. At the same time, he's been given the chance to take the vice principal examination as well, so a lot of things going on there. But yeah, for the majority of this, for that episode anyway, it's just Iruka coming to terms that Naruto has grown up, he's going on his way, and that he's got new pupils to look forward to teaching. So, you know, he decides not to take the vice principal job. And throughout the episode, you've got Konohamaru going around trying to get recordings of different people, especially with Iruka and other characters as well. The second episode, is pretty much the one that's going to probably weird people out, because the animation style for that episode was just utter. It was good, but it was weird. It's something that I don't think I've ever seen in Naruto, and it doesn't suit it, or it does for that particular set of episodes because of the characters, because it mostly focuses on Rock Lee, Might Guy, and Tenten trying to get a present for Naruto, and the way the animation is done with the various characters in their little speedy, fast sort of way, like, it's just, if you see it, you know what I mean, but like, at times, the episode was just very cheesy, very campy. Funny, don't get me wrong, it was funny. There were some very funny moments to do with Orochimaru, who, yes, does appear in these episodes, actually. And you got Yamato chasing after him and shit, like, keeping an eye on him. And you got Orochimaru just going around in the background, just walking past, like, in the background, or saying things, or in the distance, and Yamato just there as well, like, keeping an eye on. It's so weird. Like, why was that there? Like, I don't get it, and it's just so weird to see that. Orochimaru just kind of like flying away like a little fairy girl, like, ha! Like, what? What was that about? I didn't know if to take the episode seriously, and I think that's the case. You're not meant to take it serious. It's just meant to be a very fun, surreal sort of episode, especially when you got Rock Lee and Might Guy in it as well, doing up to their weird antics and shit, trying to get presents for Naruto and Hinata, and they're trying to make up their minds what would be a good present to get, like what would benefit them, right? And in the end, it's just something that suits their personalities more in a way. Like you could tell it's a gift from them in a way. So they end up getting them dumbbells. So yeah, even though throughout the episode they're like, you know, we don't want to get things that we would get ourselves or something to that effect. But like in the end, that's what it is. And Tenten as well gets a little moment with a kunai knife. You know, she keeps going around like saying, I don't want to get a kunai knife. You know, I'm the girl in the group who doesn't have a boyfriend and shit, like, and you know, that's what people know me for, you know, the weapons geek and that, and I don't want to get a kunai. And in the end she does get one, which is a shame, because like I think in the novel there's a bit more focus on her and her love life, which is pretty much non-existent, and how she wants to change that attitude in that way, and then comes to the realization at the end when she just sees you know, Lee and Guy just getting the dumbbells themselves and just be like, yeah, you know, we'll get it for them, it'll have its use. And, you know, she just comes to the realization that that's what her character is, that's what people expect of her, because that's what they know of her, etc. It's nothing bad, it's nothing good either, it's just like, that's her character, you know, and it's acceptance, and she comes to the realization, you know, decides to get that gift. So in a way, it's sad we don't see that moment animated here, because this entire episode pretty much is played for a joke, with some decent moments, don't get me wrong. Like, again, Iruka does get his moments to shine again. It feels like he's meant to be the main character of this particular arc, so that's good. At least we're getting more Iruka Sensei, because he pretty much disappeared throughout the last part of the series when the war arc started. So it's nice to see him getting these sort of epilogic moments here. Like, we get to see what he's been doing and what's up and what his feelings are now. So it's great to see him again, because he is a good character, and after all, he's the first person that showed Naruto any love and respect. So it's nice to see him getting his, you know, deserved developments after all that long time of absence. So that's nice. But yeah, overall, these episodes were just, like I said, episode 1 is good. It's fine the way it is. Maybe a bit annoying in the fact that it focuses on these little kid characters and they're trying to be like Naruto, but then, like, I don't know, it's just weird. I don't think that was in the novel or not. Maybe it was, I don't know, maybe someone can correct me, but the second episode was definitely just weird. It was just utterly weird. I don't know if I could say it was funny. The only times I really laughed was when Orochimaru was just like dancing around, walking past, or just saying something in the background. Like, I wasn't expecting that, and the way they just inserted that into these episodes was just comedic gold. But the rest of it was just so weird. Like, and I guess it makes sense when it comes to Rock Lee and Might Guy's character. You expect that sort of weirdness, so it's not uncommon for Naruto to do these kind of episodes with these characters in it, so I guess it's expected. But like I said, it was just so weird to see. Next week's episode definitely seems to be, again, it seems more along the comedic and side, because we're going to be focusing on Sakura and Inu making food pills, and Choji's going to be like the judge deciding whose one's the best, and, you know, who's going to be taking that one as a gift. And then the second half, I believe, is going to deal with Shikamaru and Temari trying to get their gifts for Naruto and Hinata, and there being a bit of a confusion, like with Temari thinking Shikamaru was trying to hit on her, ask her to marry him or something to that effect. So that's going to be interesting to see. I'm definitely looking forward to more Orochimaru though. I mean, he did appear in the first episode, and he was throughout the second. So I'm just curious what his role is gonna. Why is he at the wedding? Like, I know Yamato's there to do the furniture and shit. Like, and I remember in the novel, that's what he does. That's his gift, furniture. So that's great. But why is Orochimaru there? Like, if it's gonna be revealed that he's there to stand in as like for Sasuke, that's cool, I guess. But like, still, it's just weird seeing Orochimaru just walking wonderfully through the Leaf Village, like it's no one's problem or no trouble at all. It's like, yeah, there's the guy who killed the third Hokage. Like, just let him stroll about. Like what? Like I said, it's just so weird. Also, you get I know you forgot, you do get a Neji cameo as well. I don't know if that's meant to be his actual ghost or not, but if that is meant to be Neji in spirit form and not in Lee's head, then the stuff he says to Lee is just, it's like I said, it's just weird. Like, this whole episode was just weird. But it was fun, I guess. That's the important thing. It was fun. You know, Sasuke's arc had this sort of dark personal feel to it, like, where it was just all about him and him coming to terms with what he wants to do, and that, and the world obviously that he interacts with. With Shikamaru, it was more like an aftermath of the war, and, you know, him wondering whether, you know, he's got the skills for living in this world of peace where there are no more warriors necessary. And I guess this arc is just these characters showing their love and friendship to Naruto and Hinata in their own personal screwed up way, because that's what, like, you know, that's their characteristics, that's their personalities shining through, and that's what makes these characters so unique and fun to watch, and what makes them so attracted, or at least what attracts Naruto to them in a way, I guess you could say, and vice versa. But yeah, it's definitely funny set of episodes. I'm curious if Shippuden is going to end in a few weeks' time with the last episode of this arc, because it is called The Last Mission, which is also, I think, the title of one of the chapters in the actual novel itself, so, which is to do with Shino. So I know the last episode is going to deal with Shino, and then we'll obviously have the wedding itself. but I'm just curious whether I think it's not going to end anytime soon. But I am curious to know if this is the final season. That's the thing, because this is season 21 now, and yeah, I'm curious if this is the final season or not. I do want it to end because we are getting to Boruto. I mean, the Boruto anime is starting in April, so I'm wondering if we've gotten a few more episodes in. I think they should just do up to 500 episodes because the last episode for this arc is episode 498. But it would be nice if we get 2 more just to wrap everything up, get that chapter 700 adapted and just end it there. Because, like, I don't feel like they can do any more. Like, yeah, sure, they could adapt maybe 1 more of the novels and that, like, because there are 4 more novels to adapt. You know, you've got the Kakashi, Sakura, Gaara, and Akatsuki novel. But I think out of all of those, the Kakashi one is the one that I think most people would like to see adapted. The other 3 aren't all that, to be fair. But, yeah, I'm just curious how this is all going to end now. Like, but yeah, overall, fun, decent 2 episodes, I guess. Yeah. I don't know what else more to say, man. As always, guys, like and subscribe. Oh, whatever. And I shall see you when I shall see you. Take care and bye.